Hey, welcome back. Once again, I'm Jason, and in this lesson we're going to go over milk and milk safety, all things milk. So the first thing is milk and what milk to use. I always prefer to use milk from a local dairy. I love to support local. The milk just tastes great and everything. This is my favorite dairy. It is Working Cow's Dairy. And what I love about them is that they never homogenize their milk. What homogenization is mixing in all the fat and everything and incorporating it into the milk. Any store brand milk that you buy is going to be homogenized, which just means all the fat is already mixed into the milk. This milk, you have a nice cream top at the top, which means you have to shake it before you use it. And that just, to me, it's just like old school and it just tastes delicious. Another thing is every milk you're going to buy is going to be pasteurized, which pasteurization processes just means they flash heat it to kill all the harmful and bacteria that that's going to hurt you in the milk. What local dairies a lot of times do is they use a low temp pasteurization, which means they still kill all the harmful bacteria, but they don't use as high of a heat, which means it maintains some of the good tasting bacteria that's actually good for you. And so Working Cow Dairy does both. They never homogenize their milk, and they use a low temp pasteurization, which is one of the reasons why I love them and their milk tastes so great. The next thing we're going to go over is the fat content in milk. So when creating latte art, whole milk is the ideal milk to use because it just creates the perfect microfoam for that latte art. Whole milk is going to be at around 3.25% fat. If you use a local milk, it may vary a little bit from that. It may go up to 3.5 up there, but yeah, it's going to hover around that 3.25% fat content. 1% and 2% obviously are going to have 1 or 2% fat content in it, and then skim milk is going to have next to nothing. Half and half has about 12% fat content, so it has nearly 4 times as much as whole milk. And so just keep that in mind when adding half and half to your coffee. You're getting 4 times as much fat. The other thing we need to go over is milk substitutes. Not everyone can drink milk, and so we use non-dairy substitutes. We have almond milk and coconut milk. A lot of people love soy milk as well. And really they're coming out with the new ones every day. There's macadamia nut milk, rice milk, you name it, they're making milk out of everything. So, but yeah, we prefer almond and coconut, but soy is another really popular one to use. And really you can create latte art using any of these milks. It's just a matter of learning how to steam them properly and get that microfoam in them. The next thing we need to go over is milk safety. This is a big one. So milk is a food. It can spoil like anything else. And so you want to make sure you're using best practices when handling milk. And the big thing that I see when I walk into cafes is they leave their milk sitting out on the counter for extended periods of time. Once the milk reaches 40 degrees Fahrenheit, that is kind of the temperature that milk reaches that danger zone. And so you always want to store your milk in the fridge so it doesn't reach that temperature. Sorry, I was putting the milk in the fridge. Yeah, so you always want to keep it at under 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Above 40 is that danger zone where bacteria can really seep into the milk, and it's E. coli and all this stuff that you don't want to drink can get into that milk. And so milk safety is big. Always keep your milk refrigerated whenever possible. It takes about 2 seconds extra to just, once you're done with it, sticking it back in the fridge, and that way you ensure that all your milk is safe and good to drink. So for the quiz, I know quizzes are awful, but this is going to be an easy one. Hopefully you've been paying attention. The first question that I'm going to have, and the answers are going to be in the next course or the next lesson, is going to be, what is the fat content of whole milk, skim milk, and half and half? All right, do you have that? All right, the next question is, at what temperature does milk reach the danger zone? And for the last question, it is going to be, what does homogenization and pasteurization mean? Feel free to rewatch this video if you don't know the answers to any of that, but the answers are also going to be in the next lesson. Thanks.